situated here. Ready to go? Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the second half of this doubleheader between the Brooklyn College Bulldogs and the John Jay Bloodhounds. I'm Pat Brown with Jose Rodin. We're going to have an action-packed second game here as both these teams are trying to get themselves on the upper echelon of the CUNYAC conference, and it's going to be a smash, bash, bang-up of a basketball game. And Jose, the women came away with a big win, 84-60 against the women Bloodhounds. And what do you think to see against these big, tall, gigantic John Jay Bloodhounds here?
That's a very specific thing that you said about the big, tall Bloodhounds. That's something that the Bulldogs have had a struggle. They've had difficulty dealing with taller players. So we'll see how that plays effect with the Bulldogs being a much smaller team. Let's see what they try to do to counteract. I could see them maybe go more transition, quick pace offense to try to get fast breaks baskets against a bigger team. So we'll see what they do. We'll have to wait and see. It's kind of scary because the two top scorers for the Bloodhounds are Jason Brower with 16.9, who is 6'5", 205, and then Doug Levy, who's 6'7", 230. So we'll see what the Bulldogs do to counteract that, and then especially with us finding out that David Melman is sitting out this game, or at least this first half, with a technical foul in last game.
Right, against CCNY. I did not get an opportunity to talk to Coach Jean-Baptiste. He was busy taking care of, things related to the team. I did get a chance to talk to assistant coach Albert Barbosa, and he told me that they told him in the locker room, listen, the height shouldn't change the way we play. This is our home court. We have to play our brand of basketball. We have to be effective and do the things that we need to do to be effective and win this game.
So we'll see how they do that. Especially, we saw that last game with during CCNY where they tried to slow down the ball and play big. That's going to change in this game.
Oh, most definitely.
But their style has been that they can compete at a fast-paced offense. So, like against CCNY, they were able to run and gun with them. Pat, they should be able to do that again here, and they should do it a lot better just as they have more shooters on the court.
Well, look. Brooklyn College is on a 4-game winning streak. 3 of those games in the conference, so they're on a high. John Jay's coming off a tough loss, a 2-point loss against Keystone, 70-68. So they're looking back to get on the winning side, and right now they're getting ready to do the introductions of the starting lineups, and I can do that for you right now. The starting lineups for the John Jay Bloodhounds. You have the 5'8" junior guard from Staten Island, New York, number 0, Romello Ford. You have the 6'6" junior forward from Smithtown, New York, number 13, Kyle LaGuardia. The 6'3" sophomore from Bayshore, New York, number 15, Angel Rivera. The 6'5" senior forward from Syracuse, New York, number 30, Jason Brower. And the 6'7" senior forward from Smithtown, New York, number 33, Doug Levy. For your Brooklyn College Bulldogs, you have the 5'9" senior from Hopewell Junction, New York, number 1, Jordan Wright. You have the 6'1" junior guard from Valley Stream, New York, number 2, Noah Shai. You have the 5'7" senior guard from Staten Island, New York, number 3, Michael Tesserero. You have the 6'5" freshman forward from New York, number 14, Elijah Park. And we're going to tell you who that fifth starter is because we were just informed that David Melman is not going to be starting. And we'll get that fifth starter.
Wendley Elsey. Sorry.
Wendley Elsey will be starting. Thank you very much for that. No, Wendley Elsey will be the fifth starter for
as well as
the Brooklyn
Noah Shai.
Yes, I got Noah Shai. Yep. So that's going to be your starting 5 for the Brooklyn College Bulldogs. And right away, we're going to see exactly what tempo the Brooklyn College Bulldogs are going to come out in. Are they going to be the fast-paced, run up and down, gun, 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 go, go, go? Or are they going to take their time, sit back, try and get John Jay discombobulated, try and frustrate them with a lot of switching on the defensive end, try to take away their height advantage, and then get into their game that they want to.
Yeah, so we'll see just how their offense runs, but we'll be able to see how the Bloodhounds play their offense. We'll see if they're going to try to pound down and get into the block easily and quickly. We'll see if they're trying to run the game slow. So we'll see. We'll just see what happens.
Yep.
It is possible that the Bloodhounds really try to slow the game down and turn toward a half-court offense and really bully them down low. And if that does happen, we'll see how the Bulldogs adjust to that and see if they take up quicker threes to kind of counteract that. But we'll see what happens.
Well, let's give you the officials for tonight's basketball game. The head official is John Kelly. Then you have Jared Nash and Joe Flick, who will be officiating this contest. The John Jay Bloodhounds are in their blue jerseys with silver numbers. Brooklyn College in their white jerseys with gold numbers, burgundy trim. Brooklyn College will be going from left to right. John Jay from right to left. Wendley Alcey and Doug Levy will be doing the tip-off. Whistle has blown, and they are ready for the jump. The jump's up and tipped and taken by John Jay. That is Levy who has it. He gives it to Ford. Ford now on the right side, guarded by Wright. Tesserero now got Levy at the top of the key. Sorry, that's Brower top of the key. Down low, three-point, goes into the paint, and knocked away, and stripped away, and Jordan Wright has it, but he's fouled by number 13. That is Kyle LaGuardia. That's the team's first, and his first of the evening.
And a surprise to me right off the bat is that number 30, Jason Brower, who is their 6'5" leading scorer, is able to handle the ball on the outside so easily. So we'll see if he starts to run the offense, and that could end up with a mismatch for them with Tesserero on him instead of maybe Park or another big.
So it's Tesserero at the top of the key running the offense. Gets it over to Noah Shai, and Shai traveled as he was guarded by Ford. So the first turnover for Brooklyn College. And John Jay will take it as Ford is going to bring the ball up, guarded by Tesserero. Swings it over to Brower. Brower back to Ford. Ford guarded by Tesserero. Swings it over to Rivera. Rivera down low. Got a foul on Park, a reach-in. That's going to be his first and the team's first as well. And right away, substitutions for John Jay as number 12 comes in, and number 1 Corey Jones Jr., and number 12, Luciano Cruz Fernandez. Inbounding, gets it into Cruz. I'm sorry, that's Junior. Swings it over to Brower. Brower off the dribble, into the paint, puts up the shot, off the glass, no good. Offensive rebound, tries to go back up, blocked, gets the rebound again, in the paint, doubled, finally gets the ball out to Junior, over to Ford, back to Brower. Off the dribble, Wendley has him, goes baseline, swings it over for three. No good, rebounded by Park.
And right there, we saw the physicality of John Jane just being...
Noah Shai was open on the baseline. The pass was too hard by Wright. Turnover and substitutions again for John Jay as Junior and Fernandez go back out, and the starters come back in, Rivera and LaGuardia. Now a press by Brooklyn College. Ford has the ball, guarded by Park. He finally breaks the press, swings over to Brower. Brower down low to Rivera, back to Brower, over to Ford. Ford brings it back out to the top of the key. 14 on the shot clock, guarded by Shai. Gets the ball in to 33, that is Levy. Levy gets it to Rivera. Rivera to Ford. Ford trying 3-2, puts up the shot, off the rim, no good, rebounded by Alcey. Alcey to Tesserero. Tesserero swings the defense, swings it back to Park. Park for three. No good, off the rim, rebounded by Ford. Ford pressing the issue to Rivera, puts it up, no good, rebounded by Brower. Brower back to Ford, Ford for three, no good, and rebounded by Shai.
The Brooklyn College possessions have just been really quick. They've just been trying to get it in transition and going right down.
Rivera comes up, lays up, and in. That is Rivera.
To John Jay, just who start off in transition and then just slow it down.
That's the first basket in 2.5 minutes. As now Wright gets it over to Park. Park to Tesserero on the left wing. Alcey's on the blocks. Gets it to Shy. Foul line. Puts it up. No good. Rebounded by 33, Levy. Up Ford. Gets it to Levy. Levy holding at the top of the key. Gets it to Brower. Brower on the wing. Drives through the paint. And we got an offensive foul against Levy on the illegal screen. So that's Levy's first, the team's second, as it's a 2-0 lead for John Jay. Now in number 11, Garrison Watkins. And it's Tesserero bringing the ball up. Gets it over to Alcey. Alcey holding. Gets it over to Shy on the left wing. Goes into the paint. Scoops it up. Blocked out of bounds by 13, LaGuardia. 12 on the shot clock. And now John Jay substitutions again as Levy.
And that was great help defense by John Jay. With Shy having a smaller man on him, just driving right past him, and the help defense came right away.
Eleni comes in for John Jay. Gets the ball into Jordan Wright. 10 on the shot clock. 7 on the shot clock. He takes the three. It's going to be short, and it's going to be a shot clock violation. So John Jay will have the ball, and substitutions again for John Jay as Rivera comes out and Ford comes back in. I see Coach Highland's going to keep us on our toes with his substitutions as Brower picks up his dribble, gets it over to Levy, top of the key. Back to Ford. He gets the call from the coach. Bringing the ball over, gets it to Brower. Brower to Levy, top of the key, fakes a three, gets it over to Ford again, drives for the 15-footer, shots up, no good, rebounded by Wright. Wright now gets it to Tesserero. Tesserero off the dribble, swings over to Shy. Shy goes baseline, gets it to Alcey, but it's stolen by Levy. Levy to Ford. Ford swings it over to Brower. Brower for three. No good. And rebounded by Ford into the paint. Blocked by Alcey. Alcey gets it to Shy. Shy in the paint. Puts it up and in.
And there we go. Brooklyn College has just been continuously running the fast break and not even going to much of their half-court offense, maybe just one time. And that's a backcourt.
Backcourt violation. The press work for Brooklyn College right there. And now Shy's going to take a seat, and Anthony McLean comes in.
This game has just been constant running back and forth with some great defense. I would say that it's only 2-2 with, 5 minutes gone by? And that's kind of a surprise. This game has just been a constant run.
You're right. So it's going to be Tesserero on the left wing. Gets a pick from Alcey. Gets into the paint. Swings it over to Park. Park for three. No good. Rebounded by Levy.
John Jay's length has just been kind of stifling around the three-point line, just not letting any of the...
Levy for a deep three and knocks it down.
He has been a consistent three-point shooter for them.
Park has it.
Shooting around 43% from three, Levy is.
Tesserero for three. No good. Good box out. Rebound by Ford. Ford going back the other way. Swings it to Levy. Levy for three again. And he knocks down 2 for 2. And Jean-Baptiste calls timeout as you can't leave the big man open that deep in the three-point land. He knocks down 2, and there's an 8-2 lead, 14:41 left to go.
Coming into this game, he was 43%, and you can kind of see is that a lot of the bigs from the John Jay, they have the skill to carry the ball, dribble the ball, and shoot the three, which is kind of scary for the Bulldogs because they don't have any defense for that. And it's been kind of, we'll see how they come out this timeout. They've been rushing too much, not really slowing down, and they've been playing on edge. They haven't been playing their brand of basketball. So let's see if they can get back into that.
Well, right now what they have to do is you got to locate the big man who does not establish himself on the post. He hasn't gone into the paint one time so far, so you know he's drifting on the outside. So Alcee is going to have to come out and play him and make sure that he doesn't get those open threes. Alcee's been dropping dough into the paint, waiting for it to come down. He's not coming down, so you got to come out.
You have to readjust that right away, Pat, because they don't have a big that can cover him on the outside. So maybe they throw a smaller guy out there to just
frustrate him.
Yeah, frustrate him when he dribbles, frustrate him when he pulls up the shot, so that like there's someone there. But then on the other side, rebounds, you're not going to get many rebounds. They have number 13, Kyle LaGuardia. He's playing almost on defense as a guard. Just he's roaming the 3-point, the top of the key, and he's playing great defense and not letting Tesserero pull up straight away like he usually likes to do.
And John Jay's in the press. McLean has the ball, guarded by Ford. He gets it over to Park. Park goes in, puts it up, no good. Rebounded by Levy. Park had an open layup, missed it.
That's just something you have to make.
Ford gets it to Levy. Levy fakes off the dribble, swings it over to Brower. Brower into the paint, spin, puts up the shot, and knocks it down. Brower showing some depth on the offensive end. John Jay quickly with the press. Jordan Wright has it, gets it over to McLean. McLean breaks the press, swings it over to Park. Park fakes it, gets it over to Jordan Wright. Jordan Wright calls out a play. It's 10-2. John Jay's up. Gets it over Tesserero. Tesserero guarded by Watkins. Into the paint, scoops it up, and gets the basket with no foul.
That's what needs to happen. Alcee just needs to be setting screens that lets the Bulldogs guards just get free. And
so Levy again now wide open, but he gets it to Ford. Ford holding, waiting for them to set up the play. 19 on the shot clock, 13:30 left to go in the half. Still dribbling, guarded by Tesserero. Gets it to Levy on the foul line extended on the right side. He swings, backs down, Alcee, puts it up, no good, and we got a foul on Wendley Alcee. That's his first, the team's second. He did a good job of denying him low post position, but I guess he got him on the turnaround as he spun to the baseline.
Well, let's say he had his hand just up and just might have clipped his arm a little bit.
So Levy to shoot 2. Rattles in the first one.
And here we go with what I was saying earlier. Brooklyn College is going small with Noah Shai kind of playing that power forward position with 3 guards and Park, I guess, playing the center.
Yeah, because Levy's not coming down, so you're going to have somebody on the perimeter. Levy knocks down the second foul shot. It's 12-4, 8-point lead.
The good thing about that is that Noah Shai is a great rebounder for this team as well.
And he has length.
Yes.
So it's McLean guarded by Watkins. Gets it over to Jordan Wright. He's guarded by Rivera. Wright into the paint. Pump fake. Puts up the free throw. Shot missed. Rebounded by Levy. Levy gets to the Ford, who's quickly running the floor.
And those are
into the paint. Stolen by Shai, but taken away by Rivera. Roll. No good. Rebounded by Park to Tesserero. Over to Wright. Swings it back to McLean for 3. Oh, in and out, and rebounded by Levy.
And again, just 3 straight possessions of wide open shots, and Brooklyn College just has been able to capitalize on that.
Ford down to 13. Rivera blocked.
Oh, wow.
Blocked by Jordan Wright. Got it to Jordan. Wow, that's Rivera on the steal in the basket. It's 14-4, 10-point lead. Brooklyn College got to slow down. They got to slow down. They're going too fast and giving John Jay easy opportunities for transition basketball.
Especially when they try to bring the ball past the half court.
And you got a foul, I should say, on Romello Ford. That's going to be his first as he hit Tesserero as he's getting the pass. And now Elijah Day is going to come in for Jordan Wright.
Definitely to bring in a little more length to the team defensively and on the glass.
Elijah Day, the 6'1 sophomore from New York, New York. He checks in, and he's going to inbound the ball at the 12:06 mark. Brooklyn down early by 10. So Elijah Day looking to inbound. Gets the ball into Tesserero. And it's off with Tessero's foot. and out of bounds
And
as he felt he got pushed from behind.
Yeah, and that's the thing. With LaGuardia, you're kind of playing that guard on defense. It kind of makes it difficult to inbound the ball, especially because he's 6'6", and he looks 6'6", and he's long.
So it is Rivera. Oh, we got an offensive foul on number 11. That is Watkins. That's going to be his first, the team's fourth. And now John Jay into the press again. Shy's going to inbound. Gets it to Tesserero in the corner, gets it back to Shy. Shy now breaks the press, gets it over to McLean. McLean pulls up, pulls it back out, gives it to Tesserero. Tesserero fakes into the paint, over to Park for three. No good. Rebounded by Brower, and Brooklyn College is cold from three-point land.
Yeah, and that's something they needed to be hot from just to keep contested in this game because they're
Down low LaGuardia and foul.
John Jay's length is so disruptive on all parts of the court, just on the rebounding, on the defense. They can't put up their threes, which is kind of the Bulldogs' strong suit.
That foul was on Tesserero, his fourth, the team's third. Brower to inbound. Gets it into Levy. Gets it back to Ford. Ford guarded by McLean. Down low to Levy. Reverse layup, no good. Rebounded by Elijah Day. Now Tesserero on the run. Swings it to Elijah Lay. Elijah Lay in the paint. Holds the dribble. Gets it back to McLean. 20 seconds on the shot clock. And Tesserero says reset. McLean off the dribble into the paint. Blocked by number 30, Brower. And John Jay electrified on the bench after the second block. But this is what you got to do. You got to continue to challenge in the paint.
Yeah, you're hoping to maybe use your body more to get some more fouls because their length and height is just there. You have to find a way to get around it.
So now Philip Koroshko in for Brooklyn College. Shy to Tesserero for a deep three. No good. Rebounded by McLean. McLean's going to pull it back out. 16 on the shot clock. Oh, McLean dropped the ball, and we got a foul. They called the foul on McLean as he tried to dive for the basketball.
And the Bulldogs just seem out of sorts. Startled, no shots are going down. Silly turnovers just like that. So, Pat, we got to hope that they kind of bring it back together, see what they can do.
They have to settle down. I think they're going in overdrive.
Yeah, they're not being consistent.
Ford over to Brower. Brower on the left wing, swings it over to Watkins. Watkins pulls it back out. He's at the top of the key, guarded by Tesserero. 12 on the shot clock. Down low to Levy. Levy down low to Rivera. Back to Brower. Brower for three. No good. Rebounded by McLean. McLean brings the ball up, gets it to Elijah Day. Elijah Day into the paint, scoops it up, no good, but he gets the foul on Levy, and that's what you got to do to a shot blocker.
Yeah, you have to be quicker to their spot. You have to hesitate. You have to give them a little move. You have to make sure that when they jump up to block you, that you're a little ahead of them, just to draw that foul, just get the foul line.
And that's the second foul on 33 Levy. The fifth foul on John Jay. Two more fouls, and they put Brooklyn in the bonus. Elijah Day misses the first free throw. Both the men and women's team have to improve their free throw shooting to get better in this season.
I mean, Levy with just two fouls, he's going to the bench.
Yeah, he had to go to the bench.
That's perfect because he's been a dominant player for them so far.
Oh, Elijah Day misses both, but rebounded by Noah Shy to Tesserero. Into the paint, over to Elijah Day. Elijah Day back to Tesserero on the wing. Pulls it back out, 13 on the shot clock. Tesserero getting the pick from Krushko. A three-pointer from no good, but rebounded by Shy, and it's in.
That's the thing. The Bulldogs need to show more heart. They don't have the height advantage, so they need to be more physical. They need to be scrappier.
Watkins back to Ford at the top of the key, guarded by McLean. Over to Watkins. Watkins double team to Brower. Brower back to Watkins. He goes into the paint, and a nice hop step in off the board for the baskets. 16-6 is the score. Brooklyn College down by 10. 9:30 left to go. McLean fakes a three, gets it to Koroshko. Koroshko gets it to Olajide. Olajide to Tesserero. Tesserero still going, pulls back, fakes it, gets it to McLean. 10 on the shot clock. McLean puts up the rainbow, no good. Rebounded by 13. That is LaGuardia. Ford into the paint. No. Ooh, what a reverse layup with the left hand. Ford basket. And we have a whistle blown. Injury timeout. I didn't see who was injured.
Number 15.
Angel Rivera for John Jay. Okay. He was on the sideline. We couldn't see because of the crowd. So number 1, Corey Jones Jr. comes in. 18-6 at 9:03 mark of the first half. Brooklyn College down early. So Tesserero bringing the ball up. Still going into the baseline. No good. And it's going to be picked up by Ford. Ford racing. Gets it over to Brower. Brower hop step. No good. Rebounded by Brower. Under the paint. And knocked out of bounds off of Brooklyn College. That was Ori Cohen. Brower being strong under the basket.
John Jay seems to just be more physical and quicker than the Bulldogs, and you would hope that because the Bulldogs don't have that height advantage, that they would be a little more physical, a little more quicker, a little more.
And Levy checked back in, and Jordan Wright comes in for Tesserero. So Brower to inbound the ball with 19 seconds left on the shot clock, 8:38 left to go in the first half, up by 12. Levy has it, gets it to Ford. Ford guarded by Ori Cohen. Gets it to Jones. And Jones threw it away. It's going to be backcourt. As Jones thought Brower is going to, not Brower, Ford was going to come get the ball. He threw it to where he was supposed to be, but he wasn't there.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a backcourt violation. So Olajide is going to inbound the ball for Brooklyn. Gets it into Jordan Wright. Guarded by Ford. Over to Corey Cohen. Corey back it out to Olajide into the paint. Pulls it up. Puts it up and in. Olajide using his size. 18-8. 8 minutes left to go. Ford over to Watkins. Watkins back to Ford. Ford reloads. He's at the top of the key. Guarded by Cohen. To Brower. Brower double teams. Cross court to Junior. And Junior knocks down the three. That was Jones Jr.
They can't let happen. Just let someone just sit there in a corner for that long.
Noah Shai checks back in. Gets it to Olajide on the wing. Gets it to Cohen. Cohen pulls back. Swings it over to Ford. Sorry, check that. That is right. Right. Gets a pick from Alcee. Puts up the three-pointer. And it's good.
And there we go. Maybe that'll put a little more excitement in their team.
It's on the defensive end that Brooklyn College has to put something together.
Yeah.
They got to get a defensive stop.
They need to stop.
So Ford guarded by Wright. Gets it to Watkins, to Brower at the foul line. Foul line, pulls it back. Oh, it's going to be another backcourt violation.
Another backcourt. John Jay just doesn't seem to be on the same pages. They just seem to be, that's the second one of misplaced passes led to a backcourt. So we'll see if that continues or if it's a different personnel out there.
Well, what's happening are the guards are frustrating them. They're not being able to drive. So when they have to pull their drive and turn back around, the guard is supposed to be rotating around to the other side, but he's passing it as he's rotating, so the guard's not there.
Exactly.
Jordan right now has the inbound pass, and he's bringing the ball up on the right side. Gets it over to Shai. Shai looking to pass it. Finally gets it to Ori Cohen on the left side. He's at the foul line standing, gets it back to Olajide, top of the key. He shoots the three, banks it in!
Wow.
He called glass, and it's now a 7-point lead. 6:50 left to go in the half. 21-14, John Jay up. Ford guarded by Wright.
We'll see if that good defensive possession in that three really sparks something in the team.
And there's another
steal. There we go.
Olajide jumps on the ball. He has it.
Jump ball. There we go. That's what we need to see. We need to see them jump on loose balls, force loose balls. We need to see them be more aggressive. And it's good that we're seeing them do that now, Pat.
And that's Brooklyn College basketball right there. Scrappy, fighting for every loose ball. Levy and Watkins has checked back in for John Jay.
That first start of the game, it seemed like John Jay was having its way and being the aggressor, and now it's kind of switched up a little bit.
Alcee on the blocks, puts up the shot. It's
and
good.
There we go.
The left-handed baby hook for Alcee, and now the lead is down to 5. Brooklyn College now trying to Watkins. Swings it over, knocked away by Wright, but knocked it out of bounds. But a good job getting in the passing lane and disrupting that offense.
Yeah, and we've seen a little bit more of that now with the Bulldogs starting to get a little more amped up. They're starting to get in front of passing lanes, and that's making it harder for John Jay to run its offense, who want to run a half-court offense.
Watkins goes out, and Rivera comes in. That's LaGuardia. Guarded by Cohen, down low to Levy. Levy on Alcee, goes into the baseline, blocked! And it's going to be out of bounds, off of Brower, Brooklyn College basketball.
And we've kind of seen Levy, after hitting those first 2 threes, he's kind of stepped into the paint a little bit more, so we'll see if he continues that, and that's kind of helped Brooklyn College.
All right, Brooklyn College breaks the press. Shy still has it, gets it to Jordan Wright. Jordan Wright has it on the right side. Now goes foul line, puts up the scoop shot, and
there
in!
We go. Something that Brooklyn College hasn't been doing at all this season is setting screens, and there we go. This game, they've used Alcee as like a big screener, and that's a hard screen right there by Levy.
Yep, and are we going to get...
it was not a moving screen, but it was a hard screen.
It was a hard legal screen.
Yes.
It was legal.
Yes, it was.
Levy stood his ground, and Olajide ran into him, and they just banged heads. That's what happened.
Well, Olajide ran into his shoulder. Just that height difference is a little change, and that doesn't feel good.
No, it doesn't. And both players shook hands. You know, hey, listen, no harm, no foul. It wasn't harm, but it was a legal play.
Yeah.
So John Jay to inbound the ball, gets it in the forward. Forward guarded by Wright. 20 on the shot clock. Forward again. Gets it to Levy, fakes the three-pointer, drives on Alcee, picks up his dribble, gets it back to Brower. Brower goes baseline, blocked by Alcee. Oh, they said he got him with the body. Oh, no, he said he got him on the head. So Alcee picks up his second foul.
Well, we've seen a rejuvenation of Brooklyn College basketball with a 10-point run. They were down 21-8, and now it's 21-18. So we've seen this. They've come back alive into this game.
And it was defensively that they locked down to get their offense going, and that's what you need to do. So Brower's going to step to the line to shoot 2. First shot, rims out, no good. So Watkins comes back in for Levy, and Elijah Park comes in for Wendley Alcee for Brooklyn College. 5:23 left to go in the first half, 21-18. John Jay's up. Brower to shoot his second free throw. It's up, and it's good. So 22-18, full court press. Gets it in the right. Oh, my goodness, he ran into the defender. No foul was called. Brower shoots the 3 and knocks it down.
And that was just a miscommunication.
And timeout called by Brooklyn College.
Yeah, Olajide just trying to get the ball into play, even though he really had nowhere to go, and that led to that turnover.
I was kind of thinking, I think, doesn't the defender have to allow the offensive player to turn around with the basketball? But you know what it is? He didn't have possession of the basketball, so it was
he
no
didn't
foul.
have it yet. They both were running towards the ball, so it wouldn't be that much of a foul.
Right.
No one really had possession. That was kind of just Olajide having a mental clock of, it's almost 5 seconds. I got to get the ball in bounds.
Right.
And just kind of throwing out there, and Wright having to go for it, and then that led to that turnover.
What I do like is the energy pickup by the Bulldogs on the defensive end of the court that has transitioned into the offense, how they whittled that lead down from 21-8 to 21-18. Even though they just gave up the big three-pointer there, they still got the momentum back, and they have to now regenerate themselves and play smart basketball and efficient basketball. You see they're pressing. You have to have the other 4 players on the court communicating, yelling, screaming, letting them know where the pick is coming from so you can get the ball up court.
And that was an issue.
Press again.
That was an issue with that 3 that they didn't communicate.
Oh! They had the alley-oop set up between Wright and Park, and it was just a too high pass from Jordan Wright. That would have been a nice momentum swing there on an alley-oop, either layup or slam.
Yeah.
But Angel Rivera has it, guarded by Cohen. Gets it over to Brower. Brower guarded by Shy. Gets it across the half-court line, drives into the baseline, puts up the shot, and knocks it down. And that's why he's the leading scorer on John Jay's team.
Brower just kind of being physical with the ball. Who can dribble and just taking him off the dribble.
So John Jay back into the press. Shy gets it across. It's now a 9-point lead. Now Shy has it off the dribble, guarded by Brower, into the paint, puts it up off the glass and in.
There you go. That's something Shy can do. He is quicker than Brower and was able to just get to the paint.
Ford guarded by Wright, goes into it, takes it away, and gets it back to Brower. He says, slow it down, swings it over to Watkins on the right wing. Back to Brower, top of the key, 18 on the shot clock, 4:15 on the game clock. So now gets it to Watkins. Watkins goes into the paint, puts up the shot, no good. Rebound by LaGuardia, he misses, and a fight for the rebound, and taken away by Cohen, and still fighting. Jordan Wright has it, gets it to Elijah Day.
Now push the ball.
Gets it to Jordan Wright. Oh, Wright did get bumped.
And that was
Elijah
a good
Day
foul
gets the
by
foul.
Elijah Day.
And Jordan Wright is like, how is that not a foul? And J. Baptiste is like, take care of the basketball.
Yeah.
He just simply put his hands out like that's on you.
Yeah, you gotta. Excuse me. If you feel like you're gonna get fouled, you want to keep the ball with you. And it felt like the foul was about to come, and he just kind of let the ball go.
Yes.
So
he assumed that the foul was going to be called.
He got to be on top of it. Play till the whistle is blown.
Yep. So Kyle LaGuardia on the line to shoot two. 27-20 is the score. John Jay's up with 3:49 left to go in this first half. You're listening to Brooklyn College Bulldog Basketball on YouTube live. Pat Brown and Jose Rodin on the call. And he misses the first free throw. And Tesserero comes back in for Ori Cohen. So LaGuardia getting ready to attempt his second free throw. Bounces it, puts it up, and knocks it down. 8-point lead for John Jay. Gets the ball inbound, gets it over. Oh, knocked away to Park! And it's up and in! What a touch pass by Tesserero.
Just about all of Brooklyn College points just coming off the fast break.
So Brower now has it, top of the key. Gets it to Watkins. He brings it back to the top of the key. Calling out a play. McLean getting ready to check in for Brooklyn College. He's at the table. Swings it over to Angel Rivera. He puts up the shot. No good. And we have a foul. A push off by Watkins in the back, trying for the rebound. And that's going to be Brooklyn College basketball. Both teams have 6 fouls. The next foul by either team is going to put the opponent in the bonus.
And that was just great defense by Elijah Day, staying with his man, and then after he missed the shot, getting into the paint to try to get that rebound.
So McLean checks back in. Ball's inbounded to Shy. Shy to Jordan Wright. Jordan Wright comes up. John Jay drops back from the press. So now Jordan Wright's calling a play. Takes Watkins off the dribble, gets to the Shy. Shy into the paint, puts it up, high off the glass and in.
And there we go. Noah Shy forcing the switch and just beating his man off.
Now it's a 4-point lead, pressed by Brooklyn College. Brower brings it up, swings it over to Ford. Ford into the paint, taken by Tesserero, but it swings away, knocked away by Park. Oh, it's fast and furious as the ball is being swatted back and forth like volleyball. Goes baseline, and that is Rivera putting the ball in. It's back up to 6. 30-24, 2:30 left to go in the half. McLean walks it up.
I think something that's really worked for the Bulldogs is forcing switches off screens, especially as John Jay plays zone. They've just been able to force switches and overload zones.
Jordan Wright tried to get his own miss, but he missed. Swings it over to Brower. Brower into the corner for Watkins. Watkins back to Brower on the right wing. Albert Barbosa yells out a defensive call. LaGuardia comes out, but he goes back down, right on Ford. Ford into the corner to Rivera. Rivera into the paint, hop skip, puts it up and in. Park was too late on the switch.
And Rivera's just finding his way into the paint. That's his second straight time, and he's been using his length to go straight up.
Back to an 8-point lead with 1.5 left to go in the half, 32-24.
John Jay seems to be in a man. They should start running their screen game now.
Tesserero swings it cross court to McLean. McLean goes baseline, stops,
Someone needs to help him.
gets it over to right. 5 on the shot clock. He takes a deep three. No good. Rebounded by Brower. And we got a foul on Noah Shai. And Shai is a little disappointed in himself right there as he picks up his foul. And that's the 7th foul with 1:09. And that puts John Jay in the 1-and-1 bonus. So Brower's going to go to the line to shoot the 1-and-1. 32-24 is the score. Brower knocks down the first one. Getting ready for the second attempt. And it's good, a 10-point lead and timeout called by John Jay. So right now, 109, what you want to do is you want to have a high-quality possession. You want to score the basketball and then play hard-nosed defense and not give up another basket and hopefully get the last shot of the half and try to whittle this lead down from 10.
You want to try to go into halftime behind 6 because Brooklyn College hasn't played bad. They've just, on the offensive side, they've just been beat. They've played good defense. They've been there. It's just John Jay has been able to make the shots. And so you hope that they can pick it up a little bit more offensively to go hand in hand with John Jay's offense.
Right. So the timeout is over. John Jay's back on the court. Brooklyn College now coming back on the court. And on the court you have Park, Tesserero, McLean, Shai, and Cohen. John Jay going to the press one more time. They're going to a half-court press right now. Trying to stop him in the corner. Tesserero swings it over to McLean. McLean swings it back over to Tess. Oh, bad pass. And Watkins puts it up. No good. We got a foul on, I think that's going to be on number 4, McLean. That's going to put them on the foul line again, and that's McLean's second foul. And that was a bad swing pass across court.
You definitely didn't want to see that. That just kind of, we were hoping that they would get a quick bucket, play hard defense, but instead they give up a turnover and lead it to fouls. It wasn't that great.
Watkins makes the first one. Lead back up to 11. Longest lead was 13 by John Jay. Watkins shoots a second, and he knocks it down. The lead's up to 12. 55.6 seconds left to go.
You really don't want to go into halftime down by 10.
Tesserero gets it across to McLean. McLean pulls it back out. 19 on the shot clock.
They need to find a way to get a quick bucket and play defense and maybe get the last shot.
McLean into the paint to Park. Puts it up, no good. Fighting for the rebound. Taken by Fernandez. Knocked away. And he stepped out. It's going to be Brooklyn College basketball.
He stepped out.
And the head coach is right to the officials like, what?
I think he's calling for a foul.
No, there was no foul. They both were running for the basketball. So Brooklyn College basketball with 27.8 seconds left to go. Shot clock is off. Levy comes back in for Watkins for this last possession. Brooklyn College down by 12, hoping to make it a 10-point or 9-point lead going into halftime.
What you maybe want to do is try to get Levy switched down to a guard and see if you can get him to draw his third foul.
20 seconds left to go. Tesserero waiting. 15 seconds now. 10 seconds. Over to McLean. 9 seconds. 8. McLean for 3. No good. Rebounded by Brower, and that's going to be it with 2. 1 second. And he puts it up, and no good. So that's going to be the end of the first half with John Jay up by 12, 36-24. So frantic back and forth basketball. And we're going to wait to get the stats. So right now, we're just trying to figure out what Brooklyn College is going to need to do to stem the flow of John Jay's offense. The length is really bothering Brooklyn College a little bit. They did get the momentum late in that second half, but then bad turnovers led to easy baskets and the foul trouble for Brooklyn College. That's why the lead got back up to 12. But Jose, they have something positive to take into the halftime locker room. Number one, they showed that they can compete. They can get into their offense and run what they need to run.
Yeah.
Defensively, they just got to button down a little more, be watchful and mindful of who's open, and then stay on your man and stay in front of him.
Yeah. On defense has been primarily where the struggle has come from. They haven't been able to hold pretty much anybody on John Jay from getting to the basket or shooting three. And when they do get to the basket, they do pass it out and get it to the three. And it hasn't helped them when they give up easy turnovers. And
here comes assistant coach Albert Barbosa. He's going to come in for halftime. Coach, you guys got back into it, down only by 3, and then it seems like the wheels came off a little bit. Can you talk a little bit about what Coach Baptiste was talking in the timeout to get them regrouped?
It was just basically execute. The thing is that they're playing so hard, John Jay. We try to score. Their length right now is just bothering us a little bit, so we're shooting over them, and decision-making as well. We've been turning the ball over.
And your transition game, when it gets going, it's really good. But John Jay's doing a good job of not letting you guys get the motors running. Offensively, do you want to go more to a half court? I think you guys were a little speeding up a little bit more than you actually wanted
to. Well, he's been substituting. If you see, within the first 3 minutes, made at least nine subs by that time. So, yeah, we want to keep putting the pressure. I mean, eventually, we put our tempo. He's going to have to make a decision to be consistent with the 5 guys as long as we keep scoring, and make defensive stops.
Well, you said the length is bothering you. What are you guys going to do defensively to take away that height advantage? Because you did a decent job in the middle of that first half, but it kind of got away from you.
Pressure, ball pressure, make the guards make decisions. And they've been looking at open looks. So once they pass the ball, now their forwards are making decision-making. They're taking the play out of the guards. So now it's their forwards doing a lot of the action on the wings. And as you see, Levi made 2 threes back-to-back.
Right. All right, Coach, thank you very much. Good luck in the second half. Hope you guys can pull it together.
Yeah, appreciate it.
All right, we're going to bring Jose back in here.
So it looks like there won't be halftime stats. Just
no stats.
The computer crashed.
Well, we can do our best right now. We know that Levy's been effective. We know that LaGuardia's been effective and Brown's been effective for John Jay.
Which is their biggest people.
Yes.
6'6".
That's
6'7",
their three
6'5".
leading scorers who are all over 6'5", and they do a tremendous job of executing their length. So right now we're going to take a short break, and we're going to come back with Brooklyn College basketball on YouTube Live. It's Pat Brown, Jose Rodin. We'll be back in a short while. Going after the shot block, because that's he can't stay with him. He can't. Yep. What time is it? 3 minutes. Yeah. Really?
No, yeah, most teams do that. Because well, I know we do that. When another, like, I watched the Hunter game on live event.
So are you going to be able to make it for that first game at York, Jose?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
No, I think it's just me and Pat. Should I take the whole black box with me? I'll take the equipment to York.
Oh, you going to take the equipment? You going to take it in that big old box? Okay.
Wait, where's York's gym?
It's in Queens.
No, but is it like you have to take a whole bunch of stairs to get to it?
Well, I've never been to their gym, so I don't know.
Alright, well, we'll find out.
All right. Take it. Yeah, I'll see you guys in 29. All right, we got a minute. Who's doing the camera? Test, 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 test. 1, 2, 1, 2. ABC, 1, 2, 3.
Good? Alright. You got the second half, man. I'm out. Alright?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Brooklyn College Bulldog Basketball on YouTube Live. I'm Pat Brown along with my partner, Jose Rodin. It's 32-24 at the half. John Jay's up by 12, and Jose, Coach Barbosa said it very succinctly. Their length is bothering us, but we have to stay rooted in what we do. We got to knock down our open shots. We got to pay attention to where the offensive player is and execute. That's basically what he said. We have to execute.
They do.
And that's what they have to do.
Yeah, it's something they haven't done too well for that first half. You saw at times that they can compete with John Jay.
Yes.
But at that start of that half and the end of that half, it just got out of hand sometimes with turnovers and missed shots. It didn't go the Bulldogs' way.
Costly turnovers, bad decision making, not knocking down open shots. And it was just a cacophony of bad things that happened with the last 3-4 minutes of that second half. They got it down to 3, and then it seemed like after Levy hit that big three-pointer, they kind of lost their way a little bit, and then bad things started to happen.
It definitely happened on the offensive side for Brooklyn when John Jay started pressing them. Once they felt that press, that full-court press, they didn't know what to do. They kept throwing cross-court passes. You never want to do that. And that led to easy turnovers, and then that 3 by Brown.
Yeah, and that buried it right there.
And that kind of just was a total shift in momentum. We'll see if that halftime break can bring Brooklyn College back into what they were doing in that middle half area.
Yeah, so they got their energy back up. They got into the offense. Their defense really led to the offensive fruition. So basically, you got to get back to doing that.
Yeah.
And pressure the basketball. Don't let John Jay get those easy open shots. And if they get into the paint, the help defender has to rotate quicker. They've gotten over there, but they've been late, and that's why they're getting the foul calls.
Yeah. And then the crazy thing is that the rotation on John Jay's side hasn't been great either. Because we've seen Noah Shai and Holiday just get easy buckets off a little drive, a little angle drive off a screen. We've seen that happen constantly. So it's kind of just we're waiting to see what happens in the second half. Hopefully they switch it up and they're more aggressive, especially at the start of this half, because you want to see Brooklyn College be aggressive at the start. You don't want to see them start to fall behind again.
Not only aggressive, Jose, but aggressive with a purpose.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Throw the aggression where it's needed, and then slow yourself down when it's needed.
Yeah.
You know, because I think in that first half they were going a little too fast, and that's why they were a little helter-skelter. Yeah,
because I imagine that they were telling them that they need to be quick to outmatch John Jay's height. And Brooklyn College was a little too fast.
Yep.
They got ahead of themselves. They were dribbling over the ball, leading to turnovers. It wasn't a great mix. So like you said, they need to be aggressive with a purpose. They need to find their way to calm down when they need to, but still be in aggressive mode. They need to get to the basket. They need to play hard-nosed defense.
Yep. So we're getting ready to start that second half. John Jay is going to have the ball. They should be going from left to right, and Brooklyn College will be going from right to left. You're listening to Brooklyn College Bulldog Basketball Live on YouTube. I am Pat Brown, along with my partner, Jose Rodin, and the producer, Joe Leo. So both starting offenses are on the floor for Brooklyn College, as John Jay will get it, and it's inbound to Levy. Levy's going to get it to Brower. Brower now has the ball top of the key, guarded by Noah Shai. Shai, screen, swings into the corner to Ford. Ford guarded by Tesserero, back to Brower, Brower to Levy. Levy over to Rodriguez. And he's in it, swings it over to Brower, almost threw it away, but he corrals it. Trying to get it to Levy down low, knocked away by Ousley, tipped away, and Park has it to Tesserero. Good job defense to Tesserero. Up, and another bad pass, just dribble the ball in.
That was great defense and really bad offense to start off. That was like what you were saying. They needed to calm down and be aggressive with a purpose.
Yep, and Ford takes the shot, and no good. Rebounded by Noah Shai.
With great aggression on defense, but inadequate turnovers on offense.
saying speed up when you have to. Oh, my God, another bad
there
turnover.
Again.
And there's the basket by number 13.
And here comes John Jay's full court press, which is Brooklyn College has just struggled with. Oh, and another
almost
bad
turnover again. And again, they're not, the energy coming out of the halftime offensively is not there. Defensively, they picked it up.
They played great. But it's just lazy passes, lazy dribbling.
So 38-24. Tesserero gets the ball, top of the key, gets to the shy on the right wing. On the dribble still. Gets a pick by Alcee. He shoots the three. It's going to be short. Rebounded by Broward.
And that could have been tipped a little bit.
And to LaGuardia. LaGuardia Levy for three. He's open. No good. Oh, he gets the roll. It looked like it was going to come off, and it rolled back in. Levy knocks down his third three. And timeout right away by Jean-Baptiste as they're on a quick 5-0 run to start this second half. And defensively, they were great on that first possession, and then bad turnover. Again, defensively, good job getting the ball back up. Again, bad on the offensive end, and you just can't play winning basketball if you're not executing on both ends of the floor.
And then we saw that the not executing on offense led to on defense where they had an open three. And you really don't want to have that happen because he's been killing them from three this entire game. So we'll see if maybe this timeout, Barbosa and Jean-Baptiste can tell them they need to rev it up on offense. They need to rev it on defense. They need to play sound, and they haven't done that.
And definitely what I'm seeing on a couple of the players' faces is the frustration factor.
Yes.
And the frustration can lead to bad decisions. So Tesserero gets the ball inbound. Anthony McLean checks in after the timeout. Clean on the dribble, still on the right wing. Gets it Tesserero, top of the key. Pulls it back out, dribbles, gets it over to McLean. I'm sorry, that's right. Right off the dribble, into the paint, puts it up, and in! Good job, and that's what Brooklyn College needs to do, attack the basket.
Yes, exactly. That was a good offensive, aggressive possession, and you can see them getting excited on defense.
Now Ford breaks the press, down low, and blocked partially by Alcee, taken by McLean. McLean sprinting, pulls it back out, gets it to Tesserero, over to Park. Park for three, no good. Rebound by Tesserero. Swings it back out to Alcee. Alcee back to Tesserero. Tesserero over to right. Right for three, no good. Rebounded by Park, and doesn't get it, but he does not get the rebound. Oh, man, the good offensive rebound. Cross court to Brower. Brower pulls it back, guarded by Wright. Goes into the paint, spin move, and loses it.
Play through.
Levy swings over to Brower again, into the paint. Alcee right there, puts it up, no good. Rebounded by Park.
And it looks like Brower might have rolled his ankle on that drive.
He's hurt. As Park swings Tesserero over to McLean from the corner. Three is good. And it's going to be a timeout as Brower is limping as he turned his ankle, and he's on the floor behind the John Jay bench.
It looks like he might have just rolled his ankle off someone's foot coming on that
He's
drive
in definite pain right there. He doesn't want to put any weight on that. And right away, the trainer is looking at it.
Yep, he's taking off his shoe.
No. You don't take the shoe off because then the swelling will hit. So he's tightening it up. So 16:44 left to go. John Jay inbounds the ball. Watkins takes Brower's place. Swings it over to Ford. Ford guarded by McLean. On the right side, finally gets it across. McLean stays in front, but he gets the paint, puts it up, and taken away. And it's going to be off of
Park, I believe.
Yes, off of Park as he ripped the ball out of number 33 Levy's hands and rolled out of bounds. So with 17 seconds left on the shot clock, John Jay will have to inbound the ball. Levy, Rivera, Watkins, Fernandez, and Ford on the floor. And Levy gets the inbounds, guarded by Alcee. Now Ford has it, over to corner to Watkins. Watkins to Levy. Levy on the left wing. Swings it back to Ford, top of the key. Drives on the left side. Goes into the paint, puts up the shot. No good. Rebounded by Wright. Wright speedy up the court. But again, nobody communicates. Somebody behind him, and the ball got knocked away.
That's just, again, great defense leading to just
Ford off the dribble. Goes in the baseline, swings it over to Rivera. Rivera, spin move, knocked away. We got an offensive foul on Rivera.
There we go.
That's the first foul of the half, and this first team foul. And that's Rivera's first.
That was great because Rivera's just been driving in all night. That's pretty much all he's done, driving in defense.
And now John Jay's back to their press, but it's light. But defensively, you see Brooklyn College has definitely picked up the intensity. Now they got to bring that to the offensive side of the court. Tesserero on the dribble, puts up the foul shot and misses. Levy gets the rebound. Gets it to LaGuardia. LaGuardia. Oh, that's a travel. Big time travel. He took the J train.
Just kept walking. And looks like Brower's back.
Brower has checked back in. That's good to see. His ankle is okay. So Brooklyn College to inbound. 15:35 left to go. 41-29 is the score. 12-point deficit for Brooklyn College. McLean brings it up. Gets it to Tesserero on the right wing. Down low to Alcee on the block. On Levy. Puts it up. And in! Takes Levy to school on the box.
Just a little shoulder shimmy right there. That's all they need to do. They just need to go point by point. Just start building back this comeback. Play solid defense.
Watkins gets to Levy for a long three. You can't leave him open. Again, Wendley Alcee not following where Levy is on the court, leaving him wide open at the top of the key, and he buried his 4 3-pointer. Timeout by Brooklyn College.
They keep leaving him on the top of the court, especially on that travel. You could see he had room to pull that three. They can't let him keep doing that.
This is what and it's a tendency by the center for Brooklyn College. When you're coming down on the defensive, you're trained to go into the paint.
Yes,
but you got to know who your opponent is.
Yeah.
You know your opponent's not going in the paint, so when you get to the top of the key, stop and find your man and stay with him.
Yeah. And it also just seems to not be getting that right now. And that's why I think they need to go smaller and just have Park guard Levy. That worked on that run for Brooklyn College when they brought it down to 3.
Yep.
They had Park and Shy and Oladay, and that really helped them. That length and that quickness instead of going big. So we'll see if they maybe go back to that.
It seems like when Brooklyn College doesn't score on offense, when they come back down the court, they pick up the intensity defensively. Then when they get the ball and they get a defensive stop, they don't transition it back to the offensive side of the court. So it's kind of like a tale of two parts of the court right now.
Yeah. They just seem to not being able to keep the consistency and the excitement on both sides. They're just focusing heavily on the defense, which is good, but they need to get both sides going.
So the biggest lead of the night for John Jay's 13 points, 44-31 with 15:09 left to go. But there's plenty of time, and Brooklyn College can make another run, which you expect.
Yeah.
So Jordan Wright gets it to McLean. They're showing a full court press, wing court to Tesserero. Tesserero to Jordan Wright. They break it easily. Gets it back to Tesserero. Tesserero to Jordan Wright on the right side. Back to McLean, top of the key. Off the dribble. Into the paint, puts it up off the rim and good. McLean goes bank shot.
They just need to continue to attack.
That's what attack. Just keep attacking. Watkins guarded by Jordan Wright. Levy top of the key. Now into the corner for Rivera, and he knocks it down. Oh, I'm sorry, that was Fernandez who checked in after half court. Tesserero to. That is Nico Serrano. I'm sorry, that was McLean from 3.
There we go. They're starting to get offensively excited, especially that drive and kick, which is perfect for them.
Down to 11 now. Now Brower has free reign, gets it down low, puts it up, no good. Fighting for the rebound. Alcee takes it, gets it to Jordan Wright. Jordan Wright brings it up, spins around, still on the dribble, gets it to Tesserero. Tesserero holds, pulls it back, gets it to McLean. McLean on the left wing. Looking for Alcee. Alcee gets the pick. Jordan down low. Oh, knocked away and taken by 13 LaGuardia as McLean hit the spin move and just slipped and lost the ball.
He tried to pass it down to Alcee on the block and just...
Yeah, it just slipped out of his hand.
Yeah, he couldn't get it there.
Down low to Levy. Levy into the corner.
Oh, no.
Again for Fernandez. And Fernandez knocks down. And he gets a technical for taunting. That's Fernandez. Fernandez knocked down the three and taunted in the face of McLean. And that's going to be a automatic tech and 2 shots and possession for Brooklyn College.
That was just, they've been leaving him open in the corner every time, and they can't let him do that.
And the assistant coach for John Jay was livid. Oh, McLean misses the first free throw. Take your time, Anthony. Bend your knees. And he knocks down the second.
And Elijah Day and Shy come into the game just to add that length.
Yep. Speed, length, agility, athleticism. They're back on the court now. So McLean and Tesserero are in the backcourt with Shy, Elijah Day, and Alcee. 13-point lead still for John Jay, 13:29 left. They're showing again the full court press. Tesserero swings it over to McLean. McLean goes baseline, puts it up, no good. Rebounded by Brower. Brower bringing the ball up, guarded by McLean. McLean hounding Brower. Brower at the top, just inside the half-court line. Trying to find somebody to pass it to. Trying to get it to Levy, finally do. Levy double-teamed, gets it to Brower. Brower into the paint. And, he puts up a great contested shot. You can't do anything better than that. Alcee played great defense, and a good player made a great shot.
That was just great defense on Brooklyn. It just went in. So
Tesserero now gets it to Elijah Day. Elijah Day pulls it back, gets it to McLean. McLean puts up the three, was partially blocked by Watkins. So now gets it to Brower. Brower's going to bring the ball up. 12 and a half left to go in the game. 52-37, 15-point lead. Largest lead of the night for John Jay. Guarded by Shy now, gets it to Levy. He's at the foul line, extended on the right side, looking to pass it. Rolls off, pick and roll, knocked away by Alcee. McLean brings the ball up, swings it over to Elijah Day. Elijah Day into the paint, back to McLean. McLean pulls it back, gets it to Tesserero. Tesserero drives, puts it up off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Levy. Good box out by Levy.
And they're getting to the paint, but they're just not forcing the fouls.
Brower off the dribble, stolen by Tesserero.
There we go.
Pick this pocket.
Noah Shai needs to go to the corner. Okay.
It was blocked. That was Levy blocking the shot. And now Ori Cohen's going to come in for Brooklyn College for Anthony McLean. And Ford and Rivera are going to check in for Levy and Fernandez.
I think on that fast break, Noah Shai should have just drifted into the corner where he would have been wide open. It was a 2-on-1 break.
I thought it was Brooklyn College basketball. It's Brooklyn ball, not John Jay. What happened?
It must have been blocked off of him.
Okay, I have no idea. They did not signal as to what happened. It was going to be Brooklyn College ball, but now John Jay has it. Ford has it, top of the key, guarded by Tesserero. Swings it over into the corner, gets into the paint, puts it up, and good job, double pump. And that's what you have to do against shot blockers. You got to double pump.
Yeah.
Get them up in the air, and then you can control. Shy.
And he's been doing that this entire game, Fernandez.
Tesserero, 54-37 with 11:10 left to go in the game. Brooklyn College has to make their run now. Tesserero swings it over to Shy. Shy puts the three up. No good. Rebounded by Ford. And nobody's going under the basket to get rebounds for Brooklyn College. 11 minutes left to go in the game. 54-37.
There seems to be no off-ball movement on offense for Brooklyn College right now.
LaGuardia top of the key. Over to Ford. Down to Brower on the low block. Backing down Shy. Spin move. Puts it up. He hits the side of the basket. He went too deep. Tesserero now bringing the ball up. Swings it over to Elijah Day. Elijah Day gets fouled by Ford. That's going to be the third team foul for John Jay, to no fouls for Brooklyn College. So now Wendley Alcee checks out, and for the first time, it is Mr. Bennett checking in for Brooklyn College. Joshua Bennett, the 6'1 senior from Queens, New York. And now Brower comes out as he's replaced by Fernandez. Elijah inbound to Bennett. Bennett double teamed, swings it over, stolen by Watkins. Back to Rivera, back to Ford.
And that was just, you never want to pass it to a person
into the corner. Not to the corner.
Because it's an easy trap.
Ford guarded by Tesserero.
That just didn't work out.
Swings it back to Fernandez, a scoop, and Shy went for the steal and missed. Easy layup for Fernandez. So right now, John Jay pulling away. 56-37, almost a 20-point lead at the halfway mark. And again, now Ori Cohen gets it back. Tesserero drives into the paint, puts it up, and no good. That he just couldn't buy the basket on that one.
And it just seems like no Brooklyn College baskets are just falling. And John Jay's just going to start to slow down this game.
Watkins in the right corner, guarded by Olajide. He pulls it back out, swings it up to Fernandez. Fernandez baseline, and we got a no good. It's going to be a foul on. They call it on Bennett, away from the ball. That's the first foul and the first team foul for Brooklyn. And now substitutions, wholehearted substitutions, as Levy, Fernandez, and Corey Jones Jr. check in for John Jay. They have the ball with 20 seconds on the shot clock. Under the basket to Corey Jones Jr. Misses, rebounded by Wright. Wright brings the ball up. Off the dribble, swings it back to Ori Cohen. Ori Cohen for three. It's good.
And there we go. If anything that Brooklyn College needed, they needed that to start to climb out of this big hole.
16-point lead with 9:20 left to go in the game. Cohen now on Corey Jones Jr. Jones Jr. gets it to Ford. Ford guarded by Wright. Gets it to Levy, top of the key. Over to Jones Jr. Jones Jr. swings it back to Ford, guarded by Wright. Gets a pick. Jones off to Levy. Levy double team, gets it over to Fernandez. 8 on the shot clock. Pulls it back out to Ford. 5 on the shot clock. Down low to Levy. Levy puts up the shot. No good. Rebounded by Shy.
And that was great defense. They need to play like that for hopefully the rest of this 9 minutes.
Shy into the paint and gets the
and
foul.
There we go.
And did you see the pump fake?
Yep.
That's exactly what you need to do against shot blockers.
He just drew him in just a little bit too much and just was able to put his body into it.
24's first foul. That is Dan Kenny. Shy hits the first foul shot. So Shy to shoot his second free throw. And does, making it a 15-point deficit for Brooklyn College. A lot of time, and you can come back. 8:40 left to go. So now Brower going coast to coast, swings over into the corner, Fernandez. Hop step, blocked by Elijah Day.
And there we go.
Elijah Day has it. Into the paint, swings it over to Cohen. Cohen from a deep three, no good. Good box out by 15, Rivera.
And that was great defense by Elijah Day on Rivera, who just had been going to the paint the entire game constantly.
LaGuardia gets it to Ford. Ford guarded by Wright. Gets it to Levy, top of the key. Shy immediately gets on top of him. Good defense, backcourt. Oh, good backdoor move by 15, Rivera. So right now, Tesserero and McLean getting ready to check in. They're at the scorer's table. Elijah Day, pump fakes, get to the Shy, top of the key. Down low to Cohen. Cohen trip, gets into the paint, puts it up off the rim. It's no good, but he got a foul. I think that's going to be on number 15, and that's going to be the 15th foul. That's Rivera. It is. That's his second. 2 more fouls, and Brooklyn College will be in the bonus, and then they'll be able to chip away at the lead from the free throw line with no time coming off the clock. 16-point lead. Howard Cohen is on the line. Cohen knocks down the first. Tesserera and McLean and Wendley Alcey comes in as Shy, Bennett, and Hart come out. So Cohen to shoot the second. And he knocks it down. So now it's a 14-point lead. Brooklyn College got to try and chip away at this. Brower now brings the ball up. Swings it over to Ford. Ford pulls it back out. Gets it to Levy, top of the key. Alcey comes and meets him. Good job by Alcey, making sure he doesn't leave Levy free. In free Levy's face. Levy at the top of the key, trying to get it to Brower. Does get it to Brower. Brower guarded by McLean. Down low to Levy, guarded by Alcey. Fakes the shot. Alcey cuts him off. Good defense. Puts up the shot. No good. Rebounded by Cohen.
There we go. That's great defense. Brooklyn has just been playing great defense.
Tesserell to McLean for 3. No good. That was too fast of a shot right there. Now Ford coming back.
Brooklyn's defense has been great so far in this half. It's just their offense had just lagged behind.
So now John Jay is going to use the clock. And we got a timeout call by John Jay. That's what you want to do. You got a big lead. You don't need to shoot the ball real quick. No. You milk the clock and try and get a high-quality shot. 6:58 left to go, 14-point lead. That's still a lot of time. And right now, Jose, you see the defensive intensity pick up for Brooklyn College. They're hounding the basketball, going contesting shots, fighting for rebounds, but that's got to translate back to the offensive side.
Yeah.
And it's hit and miss right now offensively, but they are trying to execute. It's not for lack of effort, let's say that.
No. They're definitely putting it out there on the court. They're trying to get buckets. They're trying to get into the paint. But the shots aren't falling. When they get to the paint, they're being met by people that can stand there and they don't really need to jump to defend them. And it's making it hard to get layups. And then even they are drawing fouls, but they need to start making them. Yeah.
Keep getting it. Listen, they got 5 fouls, 2 more.
Yeah.
You're going to get to the free throw line. The clock's not going to run, and you can cut into the lead. That's what you want to do.
It seems like when they're getting there, they find what to do, but they don't do it consistently.
Yeah, that's the key.
They're not consistently doing the same thing to make John Jay work.
Right.
They'll be like, okay, we're going to drive in. It seems like it's working. What we're going to do now is take a couple quick threes and maybe a random mid-ranger, dribble it off our foot, pass it. They'll make a whole bunch of mistakes and then go back to like, oh, I remember we could drive in, draw fouls, and score off that. Let's go back to that.
So timeout is over. John Jay to inbound the basketball. Rivera to inbound. The starting 5 on the court for John Jay. Gets it into Levy. Levy top of the key. Deflected. And we stay here. We got a foul on, I believe that's Ori Cohen. Or Olajide. Which one?
I think it was Ori Cohen.
Yep, they called it on Cohen. That's his first. The team's second. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Looking at inbound. Gets it to Levy. Good job by Wendley Alcey. And we got a travel.
But he didn't stand up.
They called the travel when he fell down with the basketball. He got the rebound and then fell down, and they called the travel. So Ford under the basket, swings it over to Levy. Levy to Fernandez. Fernandez to Levy, guarded by Alcey. Gets it over to Rivera. Rivera fakes, gets it down to Levy inside the foul line. Wendley Alcey, good job. Alcey doing a great job on Levy in the paint and on the perimeter. Tesserera gets it to Cohen. Cohen for 3. No good. Rebounded by Rivera.
And I know that they need the extra point on 3, but again, they need to drive the ball. Because whenever they've driven the ball, it's led to their shooters be wide open. They need to consistently drive.
Well, that was an open 3 for Ori Cohen, who usually knocks those down, and I'd give him that shot.
Okay.
Broward, spin move into the paint. Blocked!
And there we go, Olajide.
Olajide again good interior defense by Brooklyn College right now.
They're getting to the ball. They're playing great defense. They're not letting the John Jay players get up higher than them. They're playing physical and making them stay down with them.
Jordan Wright checks in for Ori Cohen. They get the ball inbounded to Levy, to Fernandez. Oh, offensive foul all the way.
He extended the arm.
Yes, he did. That is number 12, Fernandez. Oh, they called it on 13. That is LaGuardia. That's his second. That's the team 6. One more foul, and Brooklyn College goes to the foul line. 14-point lead, 5:55 left to go. Gets to the McLean. McLean at the top of the key, pulls back. Tells Alcee to come out, get a pick. Off the screen, into the paint. Puts it up, blocked. Brower now comes back the other way, swings it over to Levy. Levy fakes the 3, gets it over to Ford. Ford gets a screen, he shoots the 3. And knocks it down. That's his first three-pointer. Now it's up to 17. Gets to the Tesserero. He shoots the 3. He knocks it down.
And there we go, going tit for tat.
And
that's
timeout by Brooklyn College. So back to a 14-point lead with 5:16.
It feels like it's staying at that 14-point lead. They need to find a way to break it to 10. And then once you see it go under 10, that's when it's going to start getting the adrenaline up. They need to really start working on that.
You get it down to 10 with under 4.5 minutes, 4 minutes, you're in the ball game again.
So if they've been playing great defense, they've been finding a way, but it feels like every time that they start having momentum on offense, for some reason their defense lacks. And it doesn't seem like they're having a complete basketball game. Like what we've been seeing they've been 7-1 in their last 8 games, or 6-1 in their last 7 games. They've been playing complete basketball and playing on both sides of the ball all 40 minutes. It feels like they haven't really done that this game.
Well, so far in this second half, for the last 5 minutes, they've been battling. It's not they've been trying to battle their way back in the game.
Okay.
So 5:16 is a lot of time. There's 6 fouls on the board for John Jay. You get them in that foul trouble, and then you get on the foul line and you knock down those foul shots to cut the lead with no time running off the clock, and you give yourself a chance.
They need to get one more foul to get to that that first bonus, that 1-and-1. So we'll see. They need to start attacking the paint more.
Brooklyn College in the press, gets it into Ford. Ford double team. Trapped in the corner, gets it up, gets it to Fernandez. Fernandez pulls it back out, gets it to Ford. So now they're going to milk more time off the clock. Gets it to Levy, top of the key, back to LaGuardia. LaGuardia back to Ford. Ford to Levy. Levy back to Ford, into the paint, back to Fernandez. Fernandez into the paint, swings it over to Brower. Brower cut off. 5 on the shot clock. Levy, and Alcee got called for the foul. That's the first time Levy's been effective on the paint. Alcee's been doing an excellent job in the second half.
That's more of Alcee's game, defending in the paint, and not so much defending the perimeter.
That's Alcee's third foul and the team's third foul in the half. And Levy misses the first free throw. Second free throw coming. Puts it up and knocks it down. 15-point lead. So Tesserero
seems to be wide
to right,
open.
Right into the paint. Swings it over to Olajide. Olajide in the paint. Puts up the scoop and in.
And there
nice
we
job.
Go. With driving in, they open up the lanes.
So now it's Rivera. Holds it. LaGuardia by himself. Now they pull back out. Levy, top of the key. Gets it back to LaGuardia. LaGuardia guarded by Olajide. Back to the top of the key to Rivera. Knocked away by,
And they're going to call him for the foul on that.
Alcee got called for the reach-in, trying to deny Levy the basketball. That's Alcee's fourth foul. So inbound the ball with 20 seconds. Levy top of the key. Back to Ford on the right wing. Ford guarded by Tesserero. Goes into the corner, puts up the shot, and knocks it home.
That's just a difficult shot. That was great defense. Just, he made it. You can't really do nothing about that.
McLean over to Olajide. 15-point lead. Back to Olajide off the dribble. And blocked. Good job by Levy blocking the basketball. That's about the 6th block. Ford scoops it up and in. And now John Jay just having their way.
Ford has just started to take over these last couple of minutes. So really didn't look like he had attempted a shot for most of the game, and it just hit a 3, hit that layup, hit a nice fadeaway in the corner.
Clean into the paint, puts it up, no good. Rebounded by Levy, and they call a foul on Olajide. That's the team's 5th. So now Brooklyn College has caught up foul-wise. Full court press with 3:22 left to go. 17-point lead, and Noah Shai comes in for Kayin Olajide. So the inbound to Ford. Ford knocked away, stolen by Alcee. Alcee, oh no.
And that's going to stay here.
Go to the basket. Just go to the basket. Get Levy on that foul and go to the foul line. I understand why he was trying to get the ball to Shai, who was on the other side of the basket, but LaGuardia was in the passing lane, so press and make Levy stop you.
Yeah, it's just they need to get at Levy a lot more, who hasn't picked up a foul this half.
Fernandez gets it now, and Alcee back to Tesserero. 20 on the shot clock. McLean in the corner, goes baseline, gets it to Alcee, back to McLean. McLean with 19 on the shot clock, goes baseline, puts up the shot. He got fouled by Levy, and that's Levy's 4th foul. Or 3rd. Is it 3rd?
I believe.
Oh, they didn't give it to Levy. They gave it to Fernandez. But that is the 7th foul, and now they get the 1-and-1. Now you got to knock down the first free throw. And he does it. 3:04 left to go. 17-point lead. Timeout by John Jay. So this is not over by a long shot. 3 minutes is a very, very long time. And now that you have them in the bonus, then any foul, you're going to go to the foul line and shoot 2. That stops the clock.
Yeah, we hope that they can take advantage of that. They need to find a way to get to the basket more. When they have driven, people have been open on the corners, and I think they just need to keep their head up when they drive. I think that they definitely need to get more shooting onto the court. I think even though Alcee's been playing great for right now, I think you want a 3-point shooter out there. Maybe have Park or Shai even be as your 5 and just run guards and just play faster than the other team.
That is one part of strategy.
But on the other end, on defense, you're going to get bullied by
Levy
Brown
and Brower.
So that might not work either. So just they're going to need to figure something out.
So timeout is over. That was a full timeout taken by John Jay. They have a 17-point lead, 66-49, with 3 minutes and 4 seconds left to go. McLean will be on the free throw line shooting the 2nd free throw. He missed the 1st. Bounces. Knocks down the 2nd free throw. Olajide comes back in for Anthony McLean. 16-point lead. Brooklyn College showing press. Gets it into Watkins. Watkins immediately double team. Gets it over to Fernandez. Fernandez dribbling, finally gets it across to Watkins. Watkins holds the ball, guarded by Wright. Down low to Levy. Levy back to Fernandez, back to Watkins. Watkins double teamed immediately. Gets it over to Fernandez. Goes baseline, puts it up, no good. Got his own rebound, missed, and rebounded by Alcee. Gets it to Tesserero.
They seem to be doubling everybody who has the ball, which is good. Trying to force a turnover.
Right. Oh, fell down, but he passed it to Tesserero into the paint. Puts up the shot. No good. And rebounded by Elijah Day. And he gets fouled. The basket does not go, but he's going to go to the line to shoot 2. That's the 8th team foul against John Jay.
But again, something like that should be an easy bucket has been made difficult by John Jay's length. And that's kind of just been the story of this game.
Yes. Oh, Elijah Day misses the first one. And now number 1, Torrey Jones Jr. steps in for John Jay. Elijah Day to shoot the second free throw. And he knocks that down. So they get it down to 15. Elijah Day goes out and Ori Cohen comes back in. Now to press again for Brooklyn College. Gets it into Watkins. And it was tipped away by Jordan Wright. It's going to stay John Jay basketball. And now we have substitutions coming back in for John Jay. It's going to be Ford and Brower coming in for Watkins and Levy. And LaGuardia. Levy is inbounding the ball. Gets it into Ford, guarded by Cohen. Gets it to Levy, double team, swings it over to Watkins. Watkins swings into the corner to Jones Jr., knocks down the 3. Two minutes left to go in the game, 69-51. Tesserero shoots the 3 and knocks it down.
Good job. And that was just that 3 by Jones Jr.
Well, that's a dagger.
Yeah.
It's a dagger.
They
broke the press. He was wide open in the corner.
Because everybody was up trying to force a turnover, and he was just sitting in the corner wide open.
But that's textbook how you want to break a press.
Exactly.
Once you get it past the foul line extended and you get it to the circle, once you have somebody flash to the middle of the court, if they don't pay attention to him, you got somebody wide open in the corner, and Jones Jr. is just waiting there like, I'll just wait here because nobody's down there. All 5 of you guys are up the court.
Yeah.
So I'll take my time and knock down an easy shot.
Yeah. And that's good on him, but kind of bad for Brooklyn.
Well, you know with the full court press, you're taking a chance. It's like blitzing in football.
Yeah.
You know you're going to take a chance. Either you get to him or you don't.
Yep.
So 69-54, 1:59 left to go in the game. The next broadcast will be on Friday as the Bulldogs will travel to Queens to take on the York Cardinals. First game, I believe, is at 5 o'clock. I'll double check that. But it will be on Spreaker.com. www.spreaker.com/WBCR. And you'll have both myself and Jose Rodin bringing you to action as well for that doubleheader against the Cardinals. So timeout is over. John Jay comes on the court. Brooklyn College is now going to press as they have to. Levy to inbound. And he finally gets it into Jones Jr. Guarded by Shy. Picks it up, gets it to Ford. Ford over to Brower. Brower back to Ford. Brooklyn College now Levy. Levy to Watkins. 15 on the shot clock. Watkins to Levy. Levy hounded, double team. Gets into the paint. And we got a foul on, that's going to be on, I believe, Jordan Wright. And that's who it's on.
And John Jay having all players on the court feeling comfortable that they can dribble the ball. And that's an issue for Brooklyn College. You usually want to find a way to get the ball to someone who's not comfortable with it and get them to force a turnover, but everyone, John Jay seems to be comfortable with it.
Levy knocks down the first. 1:37 left to go, 16-point lead, 70-54. Levy one more foul shot left. And Levy knocks down the second. And number 24, Dan Kenny, comes in. And number 3, that is Mikhail Leston. So Tesserero lets the ball roll and then picks it up. Now the clock starts. Gets it over to Jordan. Tesserero to Jordan Wright. Jordan Wright into the paint, puts it up. Finger roll no good. Alcee gets it. Block, gets it back. Alcee gets it to Olajide. Olajide off the dribble. Into the paint, puts it up, no good. Rebounded by Ford, and just nothing's going Brooklyn College's way right now. And Tesserero says, all I did was put my hands up, but I get called for the foul. It's all academic right now, as now that's the 7th foul, and that's going to put Brower on the foul line. 1:09 left to go. 17-point lead. And Brower misses the first one, and now Cohen, Serrano, Bennett, and Krushko come in for Brooklyn College. Alcee, Shy, Tesserero, and Wright sit down for Brooklyn. It's Brower to shoot the second of his free throws. It's up, and it's good. Up to 18 now is the lead. So Bennett gets the ball in to Serrano. Serrano brings the ball up. 1 minute left to go in the game. Gets it to Olajide. Olajide dribbles. Still has it. Off the dribble. Gets a pick. Over to Cohen. Cohen for 3. It's good.
And there we go. We want to end this game kind of more on a high note to go into the next game with York. Exactly.
50 seconds left to go in the game. That's number 4, DeCintio. Gets it over to Kenny. Kenny over to Leston. Leston to Kenny. He traveled up and down. So 38.7 seconds left to go in the game. 30 seconds on the shot clock. 8.7 second differential. Bennett to inbound. Gets it over to Serrano. Serrano brings the ball up. Guarded by Leston. Gets it over to Olajide. Olajide in the paint. Gets it back to Serrano. Serrano swings it over to Olajide for 3. And it's good. Game's now 12 with 24 seconds. Stolen by Bennett. Rocked around. And he gets it to Jones Jr. with 18 seconds left to go. And timeout called by John Jay. 15.7 seconds left to go. It's all academic. John Jay will come away with the win. They will improve to 6-1 in the conference. Brooklyn College will go to 4-2. Looking to get back on the winning side as they travel to Queens, take on the York Cardinals this Friday in the second game of a doubleheader.
Yep, they are playing a tough opponent, so we knew it was going to be a difficult game. And John Jay also has the roster that matches up well against Brooklyn College. Brooklyn College is going to have a big roster compared to John Jay's much bigger roster. So they kind of found Brooklyn College's Achilles heel, you can say. We can see on Friday, hopefully Brooklyn College will get back to its winning ways. They've started off really rough, but recently they've been playing great. And even in this game, they
showed flashes.
They showed flashes of having a good game. It's just been not there the entire game.
So John Jay inbounds the ball, but it's stolen by Krushko. Gets it over to Bennett. Bennett into the paint, puts it up, off the glass, no good. Rebounded by John Jay, and that's it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the final score is 72-60. John Jay wins the game. So we do not have the stats because the computer crashed. So we do not have official stats as to who scored what, but we will do. So again, the final score, 72-60. Brooklyn College, 6 of 6 wins in 8 games. Okay, we'll wait for the camera to get set. All right, we're good. Slide over here a little bit, Jose. There we go. So we don't have any stats, but the bottom line is this. Brooklyn College, it was a tale of 2 parts of the court for this game. On defense, they played rather well defensively despite the score. Offensively, a lot left to be desired. Continuity was just not there offensively.
No.
Open shots weren't falling, bad turnovers, some fouls that were kind of questionable, but some fouls you just can't commit. But the bottom line is this. You take away from this game 2 things. Number 1, you got to learn how to play against length. And number 2, you got to execute when the opportunity presents itself. So they have that opportunity come this Friday against York. We're both going to have that call. And I know that Coach Baptiste is going to say, hey, listen, we got to work on what we need to work on. Forget about this game after tonight. Focus on our next opponent. Come out and play Brooklyn College Bulldog basketball because you see that we can, when we have our focus and when we have our energy, we can play with anybody in the CUNYAC conference.
Yeah, this was just an off game for Brooklyn College. They didn't play well on offense, not finishing easy buckets. Their defense was very not great in the first half where they were giving up easy buckets, easy threes, and then it was spotty in the second half. But what you can take from it is that they know how to play, and we know this already with them playing great in the last couple of games. And you could see that in today's game. You could see that they were able to hit threes. They were able to drive and kick. They knew what to do. And so there's positives that come out of this game is that they were able to do that, even against a taller opponent and a difficult opponent. You just hope that next time when they play John Jay, they're more accustomed to this height. They get prepared. And we hope we play them we play them again in John Jay. So playing them one time will be a good experience, and we'll see how they come out again. Maybe next time they play, they get a couple calls away, more shots that roll around and land in their favor.
You also have the experience of knowing what they present because they came here and showed what they have. So when you go to their court next time that they play, you know what to expect. You know it's going to be a hostile environment. You have to come with that energy, come with that focus, come with that desire and heart. And they, like I say, they showed it in flashes this evening. So you take away from that, okay, we put that in the file for when we play them the next time. Listen, in this CUNYAC, you know you're going to face 2 opponents 3 times because you're going to play them twice in the regular season, then 1 more time in the tournament. So everybody's going to be familiar with everybody. It's about who's going to execute the best on that particular night. And on tonight, it was John Jay. Yeah,
and I think that it's good to know that Brooklyn College can still execute. They're a good team. They know what to do. And they didn't play bad. There was a couple times where I would look up at the scoreboard and be like, they're really down that much. It feels like it's a closer game.
Right.
And it was good to see that John Jay they had to make crucial shots to win this game. And Brooklyn College just didn't do that. And Brooklyn College had opportunities to crawl back into it, and they would have unforeseen turnovers or bad passes. So it was a mixed bag in this game, you can say.
So, ladies and gentlemen, for myself, Pat Brown, Jose Rodin, our producer, Joe Leo, tune in on www.spreaker.com, SPREAKER.com/WBCR, as myself and Jose will bring into action